Hello everyone, my name is Anuj. I'm a second year MBBS student at GMC Nagpur and thank you so much for being here. So, we are all stuck in this quarantine for a few more days now, and a certain population out of all the students that are watching this video has a lot more free time on their hands than any other population. Can you guess who they are? They're the people who just gave their examinations, the competitive examinations such as NEET, JEE, etc. So they have given their examinations, the results are yet to come out, or they have come out, and finally the colleges are to open in a few months. So you have this huge stretch of time in which you can basically do a lot of things, and if used properly, this time could be a game changer for you. Trust me. My number one tip is that no matter where you are, just start exploring the subjects which you're going to be facing immediately in the next year. So if you are a 12th standard student who just gave your NEET examination and is now wasting time continuously on Instagram, what you should be doing right now is actually exploring the subjects of first year MBBS if you have given your NEET examination. So what are the first year subjects? Anatomy, physiology, biochemistry. Start to read them, start to explore them. It won't hurt you. And of course, as this situation is going on right now, the time span for you first year students is going to be shorter to learn a lot of things. So that may happen that you might not get enough time in the end. So start early, win the race quicker. So I'll tell you what I did. I had only 1 month before my college opened and before the counseling and everything was going on. So in this 1 month, I actually picked up anatomy and studied general anatomy, superior extremity as well as thorax. So it's a huge chunk if you look at it, by volume, and that really helped me out in the end, because in the end, if you looked, then I scored the highest in the anatomy. Of course, there are multitude of factors, but I can assess that starting early was one of those factors. And so yeah, starting early never hurt anybody. Start early. So before going into number 2, I must tell you one thing, that college is a place where you should experiment, and you must experiment. The reason is that once you are in college, you have the support of your family, and no matter what happens, even if you fail in your experiment, nothing can go wrong. And you always have that support net. Whereas after you're done with college, there is nothing to support you. Once something fails, then you are basically on the ground, fallen, and there's nobody to pick you up. So what do I mean by experiment? You might have gotten a few ideas while you were preparing, or you are just a normal human being with so many ideas. So college is the time where you implement those ideas into reality. For example, you might have an idea about an app which is really beneficial, or a website which is very beneficial, or maybe starting a YouTube channel. So all of these things, I think personally, can be safely practiced while you are in college. Because see, padhai to everybody is going to do. What you have to do is something outside the stream, because you are greater than yourself, and the society has made you believe that you are not. Our education system is fine-tuned in a way that they makes you a robot, and anybody who tries to break out of that robot rules, the other robots try to pull this guy back inside. So what you have to do is you have to break that stereotype that while only doing one course, you are only achieving one thing. Rather than that, doing one course, you can do so many things parallel to it. So what I'm actually telling you here is that start any business idea which you might have had. Start working on anything that you might have known, and anything that can help society. Revolutionary ideas happen to everybody. The only revolutionary ideas which become reality are those which happen to people who are outside the normal stream, and you are one of them. Don't let society fool you. I think that every 6 months or every 1 year, you should plan on making some new ideas into reality, because personally, no matter how many times you fall, it's going to be okay. My third point over here is that develop a hobby. So if I ask any random person walking on the street with an N95 mask, of course, that what are your hobbies? Most of the times what happens is that people can't really tell what their hobbies are, because again, our society has trained ourselves to become robots. So people don't develop hobbies. They love decorating their life with so many educational achievements that they forget to live it. So I want you to break this stereotype once again, and start on any single hobby which you might like. Personally, I would suggest that you start with a musical instrument. Picking up the guitar was probably the best thing that I did last year. Actually, starting this YouTube channel was probably the best thing I did last year. It all happened because I developed a new hobby, like making videos or playing the guitar. And you can do that too. There's a lot of benefit to, starting a musical instrument. The reason is, I can tell you a story. So you know that name that pops up in every single one of my videos, Yash Ukey at the end. So he's actually my friend, and he composes all the music that you hear on this channel. So he had been practicing the guitar for about 2 years before he entered college, and once he did, it was so amazing. Whenever he used to bring the guitar, we all were gathered around, and it was just a very nice feeling. So taking the example of Yash, I can tell you that if you learn a musical instrument, it's very, very nice to socialize in college. And you know what happens after socialization. So my next point over here is to actually try and get into social media. And the most important social media by now is YouTube as well as Instagram. Now the reason why I'm telling you this is because as you grow, and which you indefinitely will if you are consistent for like 2 years, it will become a great source of income for you. A passive income if you may, but you still have to keep uploading in order to get that income. Second, you will get to connect with so many different people who share the same ideas and same knowledge as you, so that you will build a sort of community. And third of all, it will free you of just thinking in one line. And this is what this video is all about, thinking outside the line. Because एक ही line में तो सब लोग चलने वाले हैं, तुम ही हो सिर्फ जो line तोड़ के बाहर निकलोगे. So with all of these three things combined, it will definitely kind of sort of add a particular amount of happiness and joy in your life. In brief, what I'm trying to tell you over here is that start a YouTube channel or start an Instagram page. You don't really need a lot to start a YouTube channel. You don't need these lights and that beautiful camera, this microphone, etc. All you need is your smartphone, and as you grow, you will grow in your studio as well. And the thing is that in our space, in YouTube, especially in this MBBS and medical niche, there are not a lot of people who are putting out great quality content. So if you are one of those people who actually make it to the great quality content creators list, then indefinitely your channel will grow. But the thing you should always remember is that never ever look at views or subscribers or comments or likes. Always enjoy the process of creating videos. Otherwise, if you keep on looking at that, you will just quit it. Because the initial 6 or 7 months of your channel being online, nobody is ever going to view any of your videos and nobody will engage with your posts. So unless and until you are not consistent, the YouTube algorithm will not pick you up and put you up on the homepage. So the thing over here is that if you're starting on social media, consistency is the only thing that matters. Apart from that, quality content, that's all. And you don't need to have a high-end setup for this. You should start, because if you start early, again, you will get a head start compared to all the other people who are going to start late. And trust me, in like 2 or 3 years, many people that you know are going to be posting on YouTube. Okay, with that comes my final point, that is learn how to digitally create. Well, once you get into this YouTube thing or that Instagram thing, you will need 2 skills which are very, very important. That is photo editing as well as video editing. If you're on Instagram, if you want your posts to reach a higher audience, then you definitely want that post to look very, very pretty. And you won't be able to do that unless and until you don't know how to edit photos. So starting with Photoshop is a very great option. And for video editing, you just need to have all apps on your phone or going all max out and using apps like Premiere Pro or DaVinci Resolve. And trust me, they don't really need to be so great initially, but as you grow, just make sure that you add that small 1%, 2% extra every single time that you post something, because the graph should always go up. I mean, there will be times where it will plateau or go down, but you should always try to make that graph go as high as possible. I can tell you another story from this is that your college will be having a lot of fests, and guess who designs all the posters for all the fests and all the videos for all the promotion of the fests? The creators in the college. So what I want you to do is that if you learn this skill early on, then this will really up your market value in the college basically. So yeah, those were my few tips for anybody who is entering colleges or anybody who has a lot of free time in their hands, which apparently everybody does. Anyways, that's all for this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you gained some value out of it, if you liked the tips that I shared, and if you are now motivated towards your target, please make sure to hit that like button, because it really goes to the heart. And of course, if you haven't already, please check out all of the other content on my channel. And if you feel that this is worthy, please kindly hit the subscribe button, because it makes up for all the time, effort and energy that I put into creating this high quality content for you guys. And anyways, if you haven't checked out my startup, that is Axon, which is helping 11th and 12th standard students get into their favorite medical colleges, and I'm teaching biology in it, so kindly make sure to check that application also out in the Play Store. Anyways, with that being said, a lot more study with me videos coming to you very, very soon. With that being said, as always, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay happy. Until next time, I'll see you soon.